What is up, everybody? It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and it's 5 o'clock right here. I'm Justin Tyler.
I'm John Tyler, host of the If I Was a Betting Man podcast, live stream Wednesdays now at 6 p.m. and a podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
And that is, of course, on Buzzer, All Sports, No Noise, the home to sports on the internet. Why go to 9 websites when you can go to one? No AI slop, only selected creators, curated creation. You are watching us here on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, whichever flavor of the internet you like best. But I would try Buzzer. Look, we got a little teeny purple line between us. The thin purple line keeping us from two different parts of Brooklyn. Johnny, what are we drinking today? I should say, this is a happy hour show here on Buzzer. And is that an excuse to drink at work? Yes. But we also talk about sports. Every week we have a cocktail. What's our cocktail this week?
Today we are drinking an OG margarita. Look at the
Oh,
color
gee. Ooh,
in
look at
honor
these.
of the tip in to take game 4.
Look, put it right up next to mine. Look, it's one beverage. Other side. Other side.
Oh, see, it's different on mine.
Oh, really? Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, right. Opposite sides. OG for the tip in game 4 of the NBA Finals.
Oh boy, and it's delicious. Just what I needed at 5 p.m. on a Friday.
5 p.m. kicking off the weekend by talking about the
Woo.
sports of the week. There's no bigger story than what John just alluded to with the cocktail choice, and that is, of course, the NBA Finals Game 4 with this
What a
beautiful little
time
shot.
to be in New York City, to be the energy on the street is palpable, and sometimes comes with eggs that will possibly hit a villain as he tries to exit the most famous sports arena on the planet. We don't condone egging Wembanyama, but it sure did happen. And a whole bunch more people were arrested. That's how you know that the fans are excited.
Everyone's very excited. And I'll tell you what, though, you said Wembanyama the villain. He's really setting himself up. And it's the best version of that narrative because the villain was vilifying, was being so villainous, Cruella de Vil style, with
Incredible.
his finger into his forehead as he got pushed down by Karl Anthony Towns. And man, was that something when they lost the
Oh,
game.
infuriating. I mean, he knows how to get a fan base riled up,
Yeah.
and whatever is going through his mind, he's an emotional player. He's young. He plays, possibly without a great deal of forethought. He did pick up a flagrant foul in this game 4, the most recent game, which means if he gets one more flagrant foul, he is suspended for a game. An interesting wrinkle were this to go to 6 games, which is being predicted, is being
Well, I would say two
spoken
things
of.
on that. Magic Johnson, I believe today was saying that Game 6 is coming. That was his prediction. But I gotta say, the fact that there wasn't a flagrant, the uncalled foul in Brunson's ear, where he was giving him, I believe, a dry willy. I believe he was giving him a dry willy mid game, which is a great prank.
But a dry willy is just a common foul. If it's wet, that is a flagrant one. And the double wet gets you tossed.
Double wet.
I
That's
think
the double.
that's the
You know,
I think Draymond did that in their dynasty run. Dry whammy.
you got hit with a dry Wemby. But if he had gotten not only called a foul on that, but it was above the neck, that would have been a flagrant.
Yeah.
Then
Ejection,
that second flagrant would have been suspended for a game.
ejection, and suspension, which is something else.
I
So
feel
it's
like
gonna
that story would have been much more talked about if the Knicks had not come back and won that game.
right, but it's still it's sort of that story is sort of the story. It's basically what we've seen from Wembanyama in these games is, first of all, the immense talent. The guy is willing
Oh,
his team to play on a level that is incredible. A very young, shockingly young team.
And
And
to interrupt you there, like watching that first half, I was like, this team's unbeatable. You can't beat this team. He's bigger than everyone. He can reach further than anyone. Was so sick. They were shooting. What was their percentage? They were shooting like 68%
over
from the three.
70% for a while. Yeah.
From the three, yeah, they
From the
got
floor.
cold. They
Over
got cold at the end
70%
of it,
from the, yeah.
and it was like something like 67% from 3 point range.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was double the percentage of the Knicks for the first half.
So one of the things that I said coming into that game on my podcast was, the difference between college and NBA is if a college team shoots the lights out in the first half, without fail, they are not going to shoot well in the second half. That's
Yeah,
that's the college game. The pro game is different. Professionals do maintain that consistency in the second half, and you just have to find an answer for it. But this Spurs team is so young that it
yeah.
was sort of the college story. They,
That's just such a great call.
I don't know if they were cocky or if the adrenaline rush of that first half and the ability to play faded, to play on that level faded, and they just didn't have the same spark, the same spring. When they were missing the 8 consecutive 3 pointers, I think the story that hasn't really been talked about that much is the Spurs' young coach. Probably should have called a timeout, regrouped, told them we have the lead. The way to maintain a lead is to get the ball into the paint, draw some
Yeah,
fouls, get the team in foul trouble, keep putting points on the board. The key in the NBA to winning, the only way you're going to win is ball through hoop. The only way you're going to
yeah.
win is ball through hoop. And they stopped putting the ball through the hoop. They were settling. And they every player on that team, including De'Aaron Fox, played like a rookie. They played
Yeah.
young, and I
You
think
could tell
that's
by
the
the look
great
on
lesson.
the looks on their faces were like sort of like when it stopped going in, they were sort of like I don't know,
Who
and it was sort of
cares?
like and I was like oh man, I was too like it was such a bummer. So it was hard to be looking down on those Spurs players. I was like oh these guys keep missing like that. This is not gonna go well. That the vibe was just so off, and
Big
then
time.
once the crowd got into it, that was the most exciting sports moment in so long.
Honestly, it is going to go down. You will see the clip of OG tipping that ball in at every single Knicks home game for the rest of time.
Yeah.
Literally, that is in the highlight reel of three greatest moments in Knicks history. We'll see what moments we have in store for us going forward. We might have some bad, some terrible moments, but that moment will forever be remembered as part of Knicks history. One more thing before we move off of this game. In the post game, and the Inside the NBA staff, the best sports show, the best team in all of sports,
Hmm.
was recapping the game, saying, "Why did Brunson pull up from that for that 3 pointer from so
Yeah.
far beyond the arc?" And the reason why he did that is Wembenyama left his position under the hoop and closed in on him defensively. I think they were going for the trap. Um, Wembenyama is he plays with emotion, and his
Yeah.
feeling in that moment was, I'm going to do this myself.
Myself.
I'm going to chase, I'm going to go defend this. And Brunson saw that the best rebounder in the sport wasn't under the hoop and chucked it and
He's a
gave his
chucker.
team an opportunity to get a rebound. I mean, it almost went in.
Yeah,
It
I
was
know.
it was a good shot,
It was a good
you
shot
know.
because it was front rim, but to hit it on the front of the rim and have the rebound be so available was I don't know if he obviously you don't ever plan for that, but that's just it's a part of the story too.
The other part of this equation is when the ball goes up, nobody, as our cousin Ricky famously screams at every sporting event, nobody boxed out.
Yeah.
You got to box out. Nobody boxed out. Literally, every player played
Yeah.
like they were the only guy on the floor. And in that situation, somebody needs to
Not be
mark
trying to do the thing. They need to be
mark
doing this
the
thing.
Knicks players and note that one of the best defenders in the sport is closing in on the rim and can jump as high as anybody, and literally came in untouched, flew in like Superman and got that tip.
Remember, he inbounded it and then
Yes.
ran. Now, a lot of people wondering, like, it seems magical that he was able to do that and then be there. And then people are wondering, why? How did he know? Well, there's one answer emerged today.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
our
what I was
guy,
getting to.
our guy,
Our guy.
Carmelo Anthony.
Our
He,
bucket hat wearing
I
guy.
mean, he's already dressed like Inspector Gadget's cousin. But his quote was, they're like, what did you have to say? He's like, I made eye contact with them. I made eye contact with them, and he was the one who made that play happen
He made eye contact with the New York Knicks as a
as a
whole.
group, as a whole. That's a lot of contact.
It
That's a contact
is,
foul.
it is, but this is this is an NBA veteran, a perennial all-star who has his way with the basketball, has his usage rate when he's got the ball in his hands or when he's in the stands. He doesn't need a basketball. Sometimes he can just use his eyeball, and that's
Yeah.
all it takes.
That's
That's
why
all
you
it
get.
takes to
He was great
turn
at
it.
basketball. He's better at eyeball.
And he is incredible in his retirement. He's focused much more on eyeball, and I think he's going to be first team all stands going forward. He definitely outfanned Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld spent the entire game looking very confused.
Oh, lost.
and, and Larry David was, I'm sure, saying the words, "Why the fuck am I here?" for the entire first half.
Yeah. Just anyone
Out
who'll listen
loud
to him.
to anyone within earshot.
But
Uh,
it's crazy watching the cutaways during that game when they cut to all the stars in the audience. Larry David now looks younger than Seinfeld. Seinfeld looks
yes.
like he just got hit in the head with something. He's like, huh? Where? What is exactly happening here? Larry David is like he's like Sam the Eagle from the Muppets. He's like watching the game,
Talk
looking
about
around.
eyeball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Eyeball don't lie. I that Mellow quote is so funny to me. And yes, it was. It's not like this is a statement. He was just like he just said it, but that's fucking crazy.
I mean, it speaks to, this is a guy that, we're diehard Syracuse basketball fans, and this is a guy that delivered us our championship, and we
Yeah,
will forever, hold him in our hearts as a true hero. That being said, the ego on this guy is something else. To be able to think that he alters the trajectory of the game by maintaining
especially
eye contact with a team.
by shuffling. Honestly, if he had done that, the team would have been like, "Stop! You're
Yeah,
stressing us all out." But and also to take away to put him in the position when the coach was the one who's yelling at them and telling them what to do and making a plan and
sure.
doing what he's claiming he did. Wow! But also for him, he's sitting on the sideline in this Knicks team that is like very close to winning the championship, something he never did.
Not even close.
Yeah, not even close. So, like, I don't want to make fun of him too hard because we're going to see him all Syracuse basketball season. Jerry
Yeah,
Mack at the helm, Mello in the stands, Mello's son hanging
yeah,
loose. It's going to be amazing.
yeah.
So,
No, it's
I
going to
hope
be
his
fantastic.
I hope his eyes are still warm to shoot him out at the Cuse players.
Exactly. I want to see him, sharing the eyeball with Kean in those
Yeah,
games, giving Kean some eyeball assists, whether he's off eyeball or on eyeball. Either way, I want him to be supporting Kean as he plays in this upcoming Syracuse season, and hopefully we see his usage rate go up and hopefully not approach Carmelo on the next level.
100%. Let's real quick talk about Mariska Hargitay, who
Yeah, Mariska,
ran from her Broadway show
her
to the
one woman
game.
Broadway show.
Yes, that she replaced what's his name, Harry Potter in every what is it? Every little thing? No, it's
I don't know, the Harry
it's
Potter Broadway show.
It's a show that I saw in before it went to Broadway, and very good. It's very
Mm.
strange that they've changed it and now she's doing it, but she made it there, and then she's out. She's the maybe the first one on the court to get OG. It
Yeah.
was something else.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you know, one of the reasons why the Knicks are so fun to watch is I don't know about you, but I stayed up late watching the post game show
Yeah,
and seeing like Kit Harrington, Jon Snow was there somehow. Watching
yeah, in
Seinfeld
character.
and Larry David. Yeah, he had a sword. I don't know
Yeah,
how he got that in there.
he's a prince who was
Um,
promised. That's a sign.
seeing Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld not know that they were going to the game and see each other and go, hey, oh,
Yeah,
hey, and hug, embrace post game was
yeah,
wonderful. You know, and obviously Ben Stiller, you know, all time great Knicks fan. You know, the incredible amount of star power that the Knicks bring to the Garden for these events. It's just wild. Tom Holland, of course,
yeah,
Chalamet, Adam Sandler and his wife. You know, it was just wild.
yeah.
It's really something. It's
Melody
funny.
from Hey Dude.
Melody from Hey Dude made it. Christine, uh, not
Yep.
Stiller, is it?
Well, formerly Stiller, I believe her name was Christine
No,
Stiller.
they're married.
Oh, they are. You're right. They
They
separated, but then it got
they
back together.
separated and then reconvened.
Christine
Yeah,
Taylor, I want to say.
Taylor, that's what it is.
Very
Taylor.
like our names.
Similar.
Very
So that's
similar.
what I get called way more than my actual name.
I know. And I'm like, put me together with Melody. One last thing about the Knicks. How do they re-enter for this next game? How do you walk back into a game after like a history? Like it's such a weird vibe. It's to walk back and play another game, especially now
Well,
in Spurs territory.
the difference between these two teams this entire series has been experience. And
Yeah.
the Knicks have the experience to come off of a win and get focused and go back out there. Now, that being said, they have not started well any game except for game
No.
two. So, uh, you know, let's see what they look like coming out of the gate in San Antonio tomorrow night. I have no idea how this is going to go. I bet the over on the last game. It looked like it was a lock at halftime just because the Spurs were scoring so much. And then it didn't hit. The under hit. It was
Yeah.
216 and a half, and it was shy. So I would stay away from that. The Spurs are heavily favored. The spread's 5.5. Big spread. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But I think that the Spurs are driving the car, and you know, I just don't. You know, we got to see what the vibes are like because in the so far in this series, when they've played great at the end of games, they've still come out flat in the following game. So we could get any. You know, who knows what team we're gonna get.
Yeah.
And I think the Spurs have sort of figured out their Carl Anthony Towns' facilitator strategy as well. So we'll see what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean they definitely shut him down. I'm predicting a big. I think Karl Anthony Towns has got to feel like I wish I did more in that game. So maybe he will be the energy that comes out in this game 5.
He's critical to their success. And you know, the other thing that we haven't seen that I want to see, Mitchell Robinson had a much better game this past game. I want to see Carl Anthony Towns and Mitch on the floor at the same time. Let let Wemby sort out who he's going to guard. He should always
Yeah,
stick to Towns, which means that Mitchell Robinson is open under the hole, the best offensive rebounder in the NBA. Uh, so
just
I
putting it
mean,
back. Coming out with a
I
strong
I don't
strategy
get it.
like that is very specific, I think, is an exciting idea. Hopefully that's what they do and don't just like coast on vibes because those vibes can shift so fast. Let's jump over to some NFL stuff. A couple of quick stories here. First off, you want to talk about Patrick Mahomes?
The $500 million man.
Yeah.
It's a wild story. It's a wild story, and his contract he just signed through 2033. He gets paid $70 million in 2033. Um, his guaranteed first 4 years. Total guarantee of the entire contract is 397, just under $400 million. This is a wild contract. Uh, and what this is going to do, and you can, a lot of people are saying this is going to correct the market for quarterbacks. Um, but what this is going to do is this is just going to hamstring Kansas City they're probably going to have a couple of years of being competitive, and then they're going to be in cap hell. And
Yeah.
it's just going to be a struggle for them, especially as he ages. The year 2030, 2031, 2032, 2033. He's owed $70 million. That's not all guaranteed, but a huge chunk of it is. And, that's the biggest payday of his contract. So it's just, to me, this is the type of thing that franchises have to do to retain these players and keep them happy is really the story. But God, it's too much money, It's too much money.
Now, do you have any experience with knowing about like
Yes, I do.
mismanaged
But the
cap
thing is,
space
the
at all?
difference between, because he's referencing the fact that I'm a
Oh,
Dolphins fan,
do you
and
want to talk about the difference between Tua and Mahomes?
they gave Tua a contract that rivaled, Josh Allen's contract. Obviously, without the results, and they still aren't getting the result they want from Josh Allen. But the difference is that Tua was injury prone and not a game changing athlete the way Mahomes is. Now Mahomes is coming off an injury, his first major injury of his career. Um, he's got more weapons this year, arguably. We'll see what the rookies do. But I don't, the length is the killer. The length is the killer because he can
Yeah,
make a team that doesn't have a ton of talent, competitive by himself, which
yeah.
not many players in the league can do. So uh, you'll get a few good years at him, but my God, 2032, 2033,
That seems
brutal.
far from now, mentally. Something a little more present, a little more current. A story came out today at ESPN about Andy Reid going to the Taylor Swift Kelsey wedding. He didn't. Someone asked him if he was invited, and he refused to say. What do you think? Is he going to get the nod?
Yes. Yeah, he's going to get the nod. Because
And
if
have
he
you?
wasn't invited, it's easy for him to say no. Listen, I wish them the best. That's not my thing. I think the New York Post reported that the wedding's going to be at Madison Square Garden.
Yes, that's what
That's
Taylor was
wild.
scouting. She was scouting,
It's
checking
so
the
funny.
venue,
Taylor
kicking the
courtside at
tires.
a Cavaliers game, now courtside at the Knicks game. Really not uh, understanding sports fandom a ton. Wearing
She
a
just needs
Stevie
the right
Nicks
shirt. Just needs the right shirt.
T-shirt. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I think that Andy Reid will be if Kalshi's, I'm sure, going to put. Oh, I shouldn't say. The prediction markets are going to put this bet up. And if I had to guess, I would say that I would bet that Andy Reid is going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, you got to invite your coach. That's like coach is like a dad. It's like another dad.
And they might even have a cheeseburger bar for Andy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're inviting Andy. We got to get a cheeseburger bar set up. He can get chili on it. He can get big
Oh,
cheeseburger guy.
I love chili on a cheeseburger. What a treat. Beef, it's like a wetter beef on beef. Beef topped
Yeah,
with wet
beef.
beef.
Add a little bit more beef. Can't beat it.
Yeah, I often, when I'm ordering chili, mistakenly say, "Can I have a bowl of wet beef?" And people know exactly what I'm talking about always.
How's the beef today? Is it wet?
I'll take it. Let's talk about something that is no doubt true, a very true story, and that, of course, is over in minicamp for the Patriots. You got AJ Brown. Just everyone's loving it. Everyone's loving it. The quotes coming out here are unbelievable. They're like, he showed up. We tried to get him to lead the stretch line. He wouldn't do it. 5 days later, he's leading the stretch line. Who? He's leading the stretch line. What do you think? Is
I
it a
don't
perfect
care.
fit? Are all the issues gone with AJ Brown? He's such a team player.
Well, listen, maybe he's going to get a little humility from this entire thing.
Definitely,
His
definitely is. That's now.
captainship,
What's that prediction market like?
not good. Uh, I I don't know. Honestly, he's going to be great.
Yeah,
There's, him. They're going to throw to Butte 3 times a game and him 15 times a game,
Boutte.
and everybody's going to be happy. Booty? How do you, is I don't know. I've heard it so many
I
ways.
believe it's Booty.
Booty.
Yeah, he's the booty on duty. That's what they've been quoting a lot as well.
I think actually, unfortunately, I think AJ Brown has co-opted the nickname, and now
Yeah.
he is the booty on duty. The minute he took over the stretch line.
Oh wait, no. Here I'm just getting from the producer. It's Boutte on Dute. He's the Boutte on Dute.
The producers in your left ear.
In my left ear, yeah. This is
Yeah.
producer, and this is our mom. There's always. She's just saying, you guys are doing such a great job.
Ah,
So,
that's so nice.
yeah.
That's so nice for her to call in.
Who is in your ears?
Um, on this side, I'm listening to Megadeth, and
Wow.
on this side, it's NASCAR
Oh,
race.
well, really?
Yeah,
NASCAR.
I'm trying to get
Megadeth
into
and
it.
NASCAR. Wow.
Trying to get
Just from the sounds, you're hearing car sounds. Are you sure it's not traffic?
It could be. It could be.
Well, you don't
Our
know. I
producer,
guess you're trying to get into it, so you don't
there's no
know.
way to know. There's no way
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah. If there's swearing, and I feel like that's more of a traffic thing.
I don't. Listen. Some of these guys at NASCAR are very familiar with the cuss words.
Let me ask you. Moving on, let's jump over to baseball for a hot sec. What do you have to say? There's been a lot of just because there's so much going on in the other leagues. Not a lot of talk about baseball right now. The
No.
only story I was looking at is like, are the Red Sox and Mets done?
Yes.
And the answer like was just yes. And I was like, oh,
Unequivocally.
slow week in the baseball universe.
It's tough. It's tough for both of these teams. They're in competitive divisions. The Braves are right now the best team in the sport. They're playing great baseball. They're the team that could challenge the Dodgers, I think, more than any other team in either league. The Braves are the real deal this year. They're crushing it. In the American League, the best record belongs to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is in the same division as the Red Sox, along with the Yankees, who are dealing with the Aaron Judge injury, the John Carlos Stanton injury, a very weak bullpen, um, amongst other things. Offensively, they've been, the term that everybody using in the post, in the since Judge got hurt, they're gonna have to be gritty. They're gonna have to be
Yeah,
gritty, and they have been. So what this adds up to is for the Mets and the Red Sox. This adds up to they're not getting the wild card. The wild card, they're not winning the division. Literally, unless they have unless multiple teams have Spurs like collapses, there is no wild card coming for either of these teams. And for the Red Sox, this isn't a talent. This isn't a team. It's a team with a high. They have money issues. Their owners
yeah,
are not spending the way that they've spent in the past, and you can see the result on the field. Um, the Mets, on the other hand, have the second highest payroll in the sport, and you would never know. They look bad. The vibes are bad. They've also had injury issues, but it's just not happening this year. And if you want to go to a Mets game, and I recommend it, City Field is a great place to see a ball game. Um,
tickets are going to be low,
there are
low, low,
seats,
low.
and they're
Yeah.
they're cheap. Yeah.
very good breakdown. I want to talk about regional baseball as well because I have our correspondent. I've brought him in. Very expensive to bring him in, but he's going to talk about some some regional baseball. Please welcome Phil Del Costello.
Hi.
Oh, Phil! Our regional
Here we
baseball wearing a Dodgers hat. Yes.
This is
Yes.
right here. This is all regional baseball right here. This is
So-
my baseball team.
So Phil Del Costello.
That's hyper regional.
Very
baseball.
regional, very regional, hyper local. Phil Del Costello, a great friend of ours, lives out in LA. I wanted to have him on to talk about your baseball team, which is taking up a lot of your life, your social
Yes.
media presence. Tell us,
Yes.
what are the Yips?
Sure. Well, as a concept, I think we all know what the Yips are.
I got him right now.
Yeah, it's perfectly a suitable name for a baseball team. So I play in a baseball league. Actually, this week is 12 years since I moved to LA from New York.
Wow.
When we were
From our hearts to
from your
the
hearts,
country.
yeah. And basically, like right through like kind of mutual comedian or comedy friends, I got into this kind of style of baseball, which is kind of commonly referred to as sandlot baseball. So the idea being wood bats, very super inclusive.
Dip, you get on the tilt-a-whirl and barf. I
right.
got you.
Yeah. You run away from big dogs, that kind of fake your death so you can get, kissed by a girl without any consent, that kind of stuff. But no, so
Fan.
yeah. But
These
yeah,
are hot takes on a beloved film, first of all. Second of all, leave the baseball on the mantle. We can get rid of all of these third act issues. Look at is that your living room?
I'm in the strike zone, right?
You are always
Yeah.
in the strike zone.
So anyway, that's kind of how I started playing this. But since I've been playing, and over the years, the groups that I've been playing with, we started a league. It's called the Los Angeles Baseball Federation, and we have 9 teams currently. Our season just started, I think, about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Do you guys call it laugh?
No, but we should. But there's not as many fun people as you would want to call it laugh or laugh.
Oh, is that right?
Laugh.
Yeah, or lab of. But
Oof.
yeah, so I'm on a team called the Yips. I'm one of the managers, so that's one of the reasons why it takes some of my time. Even though
Is Chuck Knobloch involved in any way?
no, not yet. We're trying to get the knob in.
Sorry, what's that? What did you do? Sorry, I just wanted to get that quote correctly.
The internet's a little weird. Yeah,
It is a little weird in
we
here.
gotta move on.
It is a little weird in here.
So since then, actually, I think we probably have mutual friends that also play this in this league. But since then, like over the years, this type of baseball has actually gotten very big. And since I've been playing, I've kind of also I built up like a little bit of a reputation like in my league, and I connected with some folks down in San Diego that play this type of baseball, and they invited me to play with them last year in Durham, North Carolina, at the Durham Bulls Stadium, where they filmed the movie, where they did everything.
That's
and they
so
have
cool.
every year they have this weekend called the Sandlot Revival, and they bring in about half a dozen teams from all over the place that play this same kind of baseball. And it's just a really great weekend of cheering baseball and hanging out and like meeting people and connecting and stuff like that. And I just recently did my second year there on a team that's called the Captains, which is kind of a microcosm of that idea, where the Captains, or the Captains Club is what it's called. That's a team that's made up of people from all over the country that play this type of baseball. All the captains. So my my good friend River Butcher, who is in my league. River's a comedian, you might be familiar.
Yes.
River plays on a different team called Death, but River and I together play on the captains. So this year we played in Durham on the captains, and then coming up, I think it's the third week of July, the captains are going up to the Bay Area, and we're going to play. I think there's one or two baseball teams in at San Quentin, and we're going to play the team there. It's like this really good goodwill
awesome.
rehabilitative program that they've started there a few years ago, and they have like college teams come out there and stuff like that and play with them, and yeah, so got all of that stuff set up, and yeah, we're gonna do that at the end of July. It's a big deal.
Is this the kind of
That's
thing that's so
crazy.
cool? Is this the
Yeah.
kind of thing people who like used to play baseball, want to play baseball, they
Yeah,
could find
yeah.
a local team? Is there a place you can send them to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you live, I mean, odds are like if you're in kind of a city, you might have better chances. But there's teams really all over the place, and I would encourage you, if you have something like Instagram or some kind of social media platform, like look up Sandlot Baseball, da 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 da, and you'll find teams all over the place. I'm one of the people that does the Yips like Instagram page, and over time I've connected with teams all over the place.
I
There's
bet.
lots of fun teams, and like since everybody's an adult, like everybody has gear and we have uniforms. It's like a whole deal. But yeah,
Adults have stuff. That's one of the
yeah,
cool things.
but like, hey, when you're a kid, and you're playing sports, you don't really have everything at your disposal. So you might have to go find baseballs to play with or borrow people's stuff, and disposable income goes a long way with your sport.
So I gotta go find my baseballs. Otherwise,
But
there's no way I'm gonna play today.
it's okay.
I gotta
You
find
guys
them.
you guys weren't terribly athletic when you were younger. I know this, so I get why you wouldn't get that concept. But
The baseballs hadn't, descended to the point where we could get to
no.
them.
Yeah.
But
So
one
what's
thing-
what kind of how tall is the tee that you use?
Well, this one here we got here. I think this is just about waist height. That you can really. This one's adjustable, so you can and it's got a little floppy top there. So really,
Look at this guy. Right
you
from
can just
the
have it
headquarters.
as high as you can go. But to go back to this, if I can't speak for every league and team that's out there, but the general idea is great, man. John is loving this.
It's
It was a
funny to
surprise.
watch you adjust to extend the thing while the Phil trying to get the knob in slowly scrolls across the bottom of the screen. Is that
I didn't even
glisten
see
on
that.
there?
It's suggestive. It's
I'm
suggestive.
looking at my phone. I can see that. Trying to get the knob in. Hey, I won't say story of my life, but let's say the story of the latter half of my life. So,
Middle age is a bear.
we would rather have people that love baseball and have never played before, but really just want to give it a go, over folks that maybe you're like a former college player or something like that. It's, and the reason I say that is, I did say it's like extremely inclusive. Truly, anybody can play, men, women, non-binary, does not matter. But it's the competitive and fun are like right on the same level. So there's not like a lot of if you've ever played like rec league softball where there's like that kind of weekend warrior are arguing calls all the time, are you even having fun? That's not really the place, right?
Yeah.
So, and if you're a former college player, there are great players in the league, but if you're someone that's why be a big fish in a small pond, you might want to go
Right.
somewhere else because you're just going to be killing everybody. So,
Mutual friend Alden Ford has joined
Yes.
a baseball league in New
Yes.
York where he plays against sort of semi-pro, any level. So he's
Yeah.
out there with guys
Doing
like
it.
you're describing.
yeah, he and
Really
I-
playing baseball.
Yeah, he and I have chatted about it a bit, and he's also, I learned he became a pretty big Mets fan. You just mentioned the Mets.
Huge.
Too much.
I'm loving it. And that's exactly kind of the ideal kind of thing, where it's a really a person that loves baseball, good natured, just wants to come out and have fun and not have a crazy ego about it. Sure, everybody wants to win and things can get, pretty active, but if you're throwing things, if you're going nuts, this isn't the right place for you. So.
It's for fun, but I will say you did tell me that earlier, or was it last year, you almost killed someone?
Yes, I did
playing
almost
this
kill
game.
somebody. And that,
Here, I have the tape. I'll play it, and you can
and this
describe
this
what's happening.
this is at that Durham Bulls stadium last year. And also, when I showed you this clip, it was not a brag. I felt terrible. So there's me in the batter's box. Boom, got him. Yeah,
Oh my
that's a comebacker. Yeah.
Holy
That's a
crap.
comebacker. Yeah.
When
Oh,
the
and if
first
you're-
baseman runs from first base to the mound, oh my God.
So when I hit
That hit him in the head?
when I hit that, it came back at him, and he was a right-hander, so he put his glove up like this, and it got him. It got the heel of the glove, and it like grazed his neck. So had he not done that, not great. So, but
Oh
he
my.
got up. He was like pretty shaken up. He was a great guy. I felt horrible. There's more of that clip where like I run back and like, and it. But everything was fine, and that was last year, and that spring is when the torpedo bats like became a thing, if you remember.
Right.
And that was a torpedo bat. I got a torpedo bat, and I
You really took the
Hit a
name.
torpedo.
I really
seriously.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
But I did see him this year in Durham, and he's totally fine.
He was like,
Yeah. But yes, so that's So that's what I do in my spare time here in Los Angeles.
I like
Sounds
the
like
clip.
a lot of fun.
It sounds like
Yeah.
so much fun. I like the clip. You do run. You complete your run to
Yeah, I
first
do have
base.
to complete. I'm not getting thrown out. Okay.
Well, the first
And then-
baseman left the bag.
He
For
did.
fear
Yeah,
of his
I-
pitcher.
You know what? I probably should have gotten extra bases out of it, but really the whole
That would have been a
gravity-
baller.
If you
play.
had turned it into a triple, they may not have looked kindly.
yeah, no, that probably wouldn't have. I probably would have disrupted the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my team has. I'm playing tomorrow morning at Ralph Foy Park in beautiful Burbank, California, and we are playing
Get
a team
there.
called the Satchels, named after Satchel Paige.
I was going to ask you, what are some of the other team
Satchels.
names? So you got the Yips,
Mhm.
Death, and
Yep.
the Satchels.
Got the Satchels. One team that has some UCB folks on. It's called the Sliders. So their logo is
From
a
the TV
burger
show
that-
Sliders.
Yeah, that's right.
Jerry
That has a-
O'Connell plays on the
That's
team.
right. They are big fans
Yeah.
of that show. So
Same
very
here.
specific. Yeah.
Same here.
Then there's a team called the Visitors, which is an alien kind of theme, but also another baseball pun. The Date Palms is another team.
Ooh.
Mm,
I think you have the best team name so far. I do like the
Yeah.
Satchels.
I do like
But
the
the Yips
Satchels.
is excellent.
Satchels are great. Yips is
And
a
I
great
like the
name.
pennant
It's-
theme also. Very
yeah,
cool.
We do have we have
Two-tone.
merch, of course.
I sort of want one of those. Can I
Yeah.
order one?
Where do you
Are
yeah,
you-
the
are
where do you
still wearing a youth large, or what do you wear now, Doug?
Definitely that. I would love a youth L.
until
We'll
it
get a
explodes off of his body in a inappropriate setting. Yes, he is still wearing a child's large.
Yep, the cops haven't caught me yet.
If you there's a big scene in Austin with this kind of thing, and we might actually go down at the end of the year and play there. And they have a thing where they have a field called the Long Time. If you look it up, like on Instagram, and they do like a whole deal where there's bands and there's like food made there, and like it's a nice like big kind of community kind of picnic type thing out there. There's a lot of that kind of stuff, and like most of it is it's like lapsed little leaguers, maybe people that played in high school, or like I said, like people that just love baseball and they just want to get into it. So like most folks, I would say, are around mid-20s all the way up until like their 50s. Yeah.
That's cool.
Very
I
good.
love to play against some very old people.
Yeah.
Some old.
Yeah.
I hit the torpedo ball right through somene's thigh. You know?
Someone's thigh. Yeah. And that's, they don't need it anymore. They're old,
Great. Awesome, Phil. Thank you for being here.
Hey.
I won't
Thanks for
take- we won't
joining,
take
Phil.
any more of your
Thanks.
time.
Yeah. Just whenever you need me again, or whenever
Yeah, you
got
seem
that.
like you're going to be busy with that thing for quite some time.
Yeah. You got a
Yeah.
game tomorrow.
I do have a game
Yes.
tomorrow, so that's why the setup is here, just to
You gotta
get
hit. You gotta have BP.
get get pissed off.
There it is. Well, see you
Okay.
next time, Grass Dick, and have fun out there.
Oh yeah. And by the way, I will say this because you guys are in New York, and I was watching the stream earlier. I'm very much getting very heavy New York FOMO at this, like during the last like week and a half.
Yes,
It's
well,
really been something.
it is
Yeah.
truly that when you that LA Dodgers hat bursts into flames, then you can come home and experience this Knicks
Ooh,
love.
you
Listen.
wish.
Well, or you can do whatever what you do when you move to a new city, and that's buy a hat of that local team
Yeah, no,
and wear
yeah. I
that.
mean, that's generally what you do. I did go to Game
Right.
One of the World Series last year,
Very
the
cool.
New York one, where Freddie Freeman hit that grand slam. So,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I'm in a good place, and I live by the stadium. Is that Molly? Hi, Molly. All right, so see you guys later.
See you later, Phil. Thanks for being here. Go
Bye,
Yips.
Phil.
Go play baseball, gang.
Go
Go Yips.
Yips.
Phil Del Costello, our correspondent out in
Our,
LA.
our regional baseball LA correspondent. I mean, not super regional, considering that it is one of the largest cities in the country. But
Yeah, it's a region.
um,
I guess hyper local would be the way to describe it.
yeah,
Couple other quick stories to get to. Phil, I was very excited to surprise you with having Phil jump on
that was a surprise.
That's what I call a pleasant surprise. But let's talk real quick about the NHL. Oop, not that. Vegas is about to play over the. There it is. This is Jordan Stahl on the
Yeah.
Hurricanes. Vegas about to play Game 6. They just went down. I believe Game 6 is Sunday. They're trying to. Hurricanes just went up 3 games to 2.
Yep.
Bit of a battle going out to Vegas for Game 6. What do you
Yeah.
think?
And
We gonna get a
the
Game
thing
Seven?
the story of this series is that the home teams have won 3 of 5. It's been a very back and forth series. I would predict that, if I had to guess, I would say that the home team will win again. That Vegas will win this game, and it will go to a game 7. Which game sevens in the NHL finals are the Stanley Cup finals are always the best sporting event you could possibly want to see. The other thing that's interesting in this series so far is the over of that game is 5.5, and that means every game so far has been over 5.5 goals scored, at least 6 goals scored. So uh, just
Little
showing,
gambling?
if I was a betting man, uh, bona fides, I would guess that game is also going to go over, and I think it's going to be a real slugfest. These
I
teams are evenly
agree.
matched. Carolina came out favored, but boy, Vegas is is playing very well. So I think on their home ice, I think we see Vegas pull this one out. We see a game 7.
I hope so. Love a Game 7. Let's talk again real quick, just lightning around on the World Cup. I was just doing some research into what's happening. Canada and Bosnia and Herzegovina just tied 1-1. Like you mentioned, what do you think? Any predictions? It's a massive field. I didn't realize until recently that they added 16 new teams to. There's
Yeah,
104 games. It's a
yeah,
crazy amount of sport that's happening here. And
yeah.
I think it's going to make for some like less exciting for opening rounds, but a just a bigger thing. 16
You know,
cities.
it's good and it's bad in that a nation like Curacao qualified for the World Cup, which is wild. It's by far the smallest nation in the World Cup. We have some very exciting. Bosnia Herzegovina playing Canada. Canada gets in as a host, obviously. Bosnia Herzegovina, they're scrappy. We saw them tie today, 1-1. these early rounds, it's just, it's fun. It really is. You can't beat World Cup soccer. There are some drawbacks. Attendance for some of these early matches is not ideal. Um, the 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 draws are kind of interesting. I saw a great Adam Friedland statement. Some of these incredibly poor countries are coming to play in some of the fattest cities in the world. And seeing what it's like to experience America this way has got to be a bit jarring for some of these countries. But we saw a great match. Mexico come out with a win. Mexico, a team that always plays the U.S. To the point where most Americans hate Mexico because of the way they play those matches. But yeah, I mean, I think we're going to see these early rounds are fun. I'm definitely going to be tuning in tonight to watch the U.S. play Paraguay, and honestly, that game could go either way. And the U.S. really needs to start this World Cup with some momentum. They need wins. They got to win games. They need to establish a winning atmosphere. Come out. Some of these, Paraguay is beatable, but it's not going to be easy. So I think we got to. I'm definitely going to be watching. I have been sort of watching these early rounds in the background. It's tough. There's so much going on in the sports world right now. It's tough to have bandwidth for anything. I haven't been watching as much baseball as I usually do because of the Knicks and the NBA Finals. Are you muted?
Here come the Andy Rooney style complaints.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hard. It's just hard. But that being said, man, what a great thing to have on. I can't wait to watch World Cup this weekend.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on all weekend. I want it in the background in my house. And what could be more fun? The World Cup is the premier sporting event on planet Earth. And a lot of people saying that this is a big money grab, and FIFA actually admitting, yes, we are coming to North America to make
Yeah,
some cash.
not like the other leagues, not like the other sport leagues that we
Yeah,
all obsess over.
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, adding all those extra countries and teams, you could the dark side, and both sides are true. It's a money grab, more people, more fans, but also like the positive side, you're letting all
as I
these
said,
other countries and teams experience the World
Curacao
Cup. It's
getting
exciting.
in. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a national event. Curacao is over. As a nation, is going to
All
be
of the
glued.
liqueurs, all the liqueurs are in.
All the liqueurs.
Curacao, vermouth,
Another one. Yeah.
other ones.
Sweet vermouth.
Cointro's playing, and they're going to be good.
Cointreau. Yeah.
For so much time I spend drinking, I should know more liquors off the top of my
And
head.
100%. I agree. I was doing the same. I was racking my brain. I have one in my body right now. I just consumed,
Yeah, I know tequila. I didn't know tequila.
well, tequila and was it Cointreau? What did I put in this margarita? But
Yeah,
yeah. No, honestly, listen, it's been expanded. For me so far, it hasn't taken away from this from the event as a total. So as a whole. So let's buckle
let's
in
have some
and
fun.
watch some World Cup.
Let's do it. What a great moment. What a great sentiment to end on. We've got so much World Cup coming next week. We've got a new NBA champion. I know who I think it's going to be. The day after game 4, I was getting ready to take my kids to school. There's a dude just walking down the street, still in Knicks gear from the night before, just randomly blowing a whistle out here in Crown Heights. So
That's
the vibe
incredible.
in New York is wild. He was like half directing traffic mid block. It's crazy. Um, Big week coming up. Thank you all for being here. We will be back. Finish your cocktails and pour yourself another one. It's officially the weekend. We will see you next week at 5 o'clock right here. Good night.